Hello. So here I am going to react on this Behind MLM article. MWR Life throws Catherine TECHER under the bus, which was published July 31st. Basically, there had been another article on that website about MWR Life and their ex number one in the world French lady, Catherine Techer, who's been arrested in Andorra in 2021 and undergoing investigation, awaiting for trial in Andorra, but also in France. And I wrote a book about this matter. That book was published in May 2023. And since then, obviously, they sued me for whatever, you name it, even for giving an interview. But since my name was, written in that article by Ana Rodriguez, PR at MWR Life, well, I have a right to, to reply to this and also to prove whatever I'm saying. So there are some documents I'm going to show you and some that I can't because they are part of an ongoing investigation. However, I can forward them to Oz, headmaster, webmaster at Behind MLM, or to any journalist that would need them for an article. So basically, what started this is that Ana Rodriguez was reaching out in order to have the name MWR Life taken out from that article, because obviously they don't want to have these, their name linked to a scam, to money laundering and embezzlement and all that. The thing is that they are in up to their neck. So basically, so here what she writes: no contracts, partnership agreement, or financial transactions linking MWR Life with To the Top. External unauthorized business activities should be interpreted as action taken on behalf or in coordination with MWR Life, and that they are fully committed to transparency and regulatory compliance. We will come back to this. But on financial transaction, the big problem is that I have all the bank statements of the company To the Top. That was Catherine Techer's company until her arrest in 2021. And for example, well, let's go through a few here. 29th October 2020, 40,000 euros from To the Top to MWR Life Limited in their Hong Kong bank accounts. Same thing, November 2nd, 40,000. Then November 6th, again 40,000. November 17, 40,000. And then there is a bigger one, 23rd December, 130,000 euros on that MWR Life bank account in Hong Kong. And this money exclusively came from investors. That's not money that Catherine Techer earned through any type of work for MWR Life. No, she was telling investors, invest in my company, we will buy tokens at MWR Life, and therefore you can grow in that company, in that pyramid, if you may call it that way. So they were investing. Some people invested up to 100,000 euros, even more. And she never, used the money for what it was supposed to. Either she wired to her personal bank account or to MWR Life. And also she bought herself a huge mansion that at the moment costed, 1 million plus works. It's already past 1.5 million in euros, exclusively with the money that the investors sent to her. So yes, there are financial transactions linking the two parties. There are also financial transactions between Eric Aubin, vice president of MWR Life. He received money directly from To the Top bank accounts. And according to some ex-collaborators of Techer, he also got money in crypto. from Catherine TECHER for the work he did for her. So yeah, so this we can already prove wrong. So what do we have here, for example? The link between both companies. This is a document from 5th of July 2021. Catherine TECHER wanted to open a bank account in a bank in Andorra, but they were suspicious about the provenance of the funds. So she asked Eric Aubin to write a document stating that the funds came from her work at MWR Life. And he says, certified that Catherine TECHER, founder and CEO of To The Top, has acquired on November 22nd, 2016, business contributors mandate on behalf of MWR Life. And she opened the $1 Million Earners Club in 2020 and has a daily income of about $5,000. So here there is a big problem because the money reaching TECHER bank accounts did not come from MWR Life. It came from the investors. So here Eric Aubin is caught in a huge lie, saying that this money came from MWR Life. You know, also, since this was meant in order to raise suspicions, I mean, to unraise, to lower suspicions, sorry, from the bank, in order to Catherine TECHER to launder her money in Andorra, well, what do you call this? I call it like complicity in an attempt to launder money. Basically, that's it. That's how it's called in the in a judiciary system. And another thing here, contributors' mandates on behalf of MWR Life. So this is super important because a company that has a mandate means that she can legally represent the other company. So that means Catherine TECHER could legally represent MWR Life. And that's how she got all that people into investing because she was representing MWR Life. And at all the meetings, MWR Life, with Catherine TECHER, with Eric Aubin, with everybody, people, didn't have any suspicions. And they put millions and millions. They got millions, with these like more than 1,000 investors in total. Another thing that's wrong here is that he mentions To The Top having this mandate from 2016, but To The Top was incorporated in 2018. So this doesn't work. In 2016, it was Catherine TECHER private company in France. And then in 2017, it was another company that she incorporated in the UK named Dicotim. So everything in this statement from Eric Aubin, everything is wrong, is a lie, everything. And he signed it on behalf of MWR Life. So what do you call this? No contracts, partnership agreement, blah, 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 blah. What do you think of this? Now, there's something else. When MWR Life started, end of 2016 in France, there was already the problem with Catherine TECHER and the way she would get funds from investors and keep the funds for her or transmit to MWR Life. And there was a guy named Jérôme Lévy who wrote to Yoni Ashurov, president of MWR Life. And that was late January 2017. And he was worried about this major threat to MWR Life. And what else? He speaks about Catherine TECHER in this email. Yes, I understand that this club, meaning Dicotim, the company in the UK, is owned by Cathy, and she took an important part in the process of launching the French markets. So, but he's not comfortable with this, and so yeah, he's explaining already early 2017 that there is a huge problem with Catherine TECHER. And MWR Life did nothing when receiving this. And then later, they also got more, mails from other people complaining about TECHER. But there was always Eric Aubin, vice president, replying to these mails on behalf of TECHER sometimes, And what we found out later is that Eric Aubin and TECHER were lovers. That appears in the in a personal journal of Catherine TECHER. She talks about Eric Aubin and their love affair being, really fantastic. And then there's something else I want to say here. Like she says, what does Ana Rodriguez says here? So that Catherine TECHER has never been found guilty in either Andorra or France of any criminal offense. There is no record of a criminal trial or verdict to attach. And this is also false, completely. Because at least in 2016, there was already a court case, and she was summoned to refund, I don't know if it was 40,000 euro or 80,000 euro to a victim, which she never did. No. And also, I have her Interpol records here that I cannot show because all part of the ongoing investigation, but I can show it to, webmaster at Behind MLM or to any journalist mentioning, embezzlement, also fake documents, fake whatever, for banks and stuff, money laundering, scam, breach of trust, already from 2014 and 2013 as well, So she's well known for that. And that's prior to her stuff with MWR Life. And since she's been, collaborating with MWR Life, it's been millions that she stole to people. And the worst in this is that they still pay her as of now, when she needed to pay for bail at court in Paris last year, and she doesn't have the money, so she asked Ilyan Eftimov, who is the other vice president at MWR Life, and that's screen capture that was given to me by an ex-friend of TECHER, and she is asking for money. And she says, Ilyan, if you can give me the money, Yoni Ashrov, president of MWR Life, will refund you based on my commissions. So that means that at that moment, she was still getting money from MWR Life. So they are throwing her under the bus, but they are still paying her money. So that's also something quite strange. So I think I don't know if I said everything I needed to say. Oh, also, yeah, the legal thing that she says. Where is this? Yeah, regulatory compliance. Well, I inquired, Department of Justice, California. That's from 2022. Asking about MWR Life. And apparently, yes, they are registered. And then I asked, but what about Travel Advantage? Because all the reservations are made through the Travel Advantage website. And then the reply is, we do not have any information about Travel Advantage LLC. So that means that these reservations in the US are made in an illegal manner. And it's the same thing everywhere, basically. And they set up a shell company, a smokescreen in Portugal. I think that was 2021. And this company, as you can see in the list statement, is without any commercial activity. Here, there is no money coming in that company, but that's the shell company they used in order to be registered in France and being allowed to operate in France. And the thing is that in other countries, you still need these agreements to operate. And as far as I know, they don't have it anywhere except France and Portugal with a dormant company. So that's also raises a few questions. So any angle you take in order to analyze MWR Life, it all looks really, yeah, obscure, shabby, whatever. In France, the companies they have set up in France, they don't give the annual accounts. Every company has to submit the annual accounts, and they just don't do that. So what must we think of this? So yeah, there is a lot more to say. I have all the documentations, and I would be very happy to show this to anyone who requires it. So that's it. Basically, I think we are done. Bye bye.